Hi everyone, Syrian girl here. In the last few days, a photo emerged of the insurgents unpacking boxes of gas masks. And if you notice, some of the gas masks are in the US style M42A1 and not in the Russian style, which means that they could have only come from outside of Syria. This adds credence to the potential chemical weapons false flag event that many bloggers have been writing about. That is, that NATO plans to use chemical weapons in Syria via the insurgents and accuse the Syrian military of doing this in order to create some sort of casus belli for foreign intervention. Some time ago, the Blogspot land destroyer actually posted images of the insurgents donning the gas masks, and even RT reported about the potential for a chemical weapons false flag operation. In the last month, there has been a lot of news and accusation coming out of the mainstream media, claiming that Syria might use chemical weapons against its own people in a bid for the government to stay in power. In fact, just a few hours ago, at the UN General Assembly, the Israeli ambassador to the UN, Ron Prosser, demanded that the Syrian government lock down its chemical weapons and said, quote, "We should not pretend that a regime that cuts the throats of children today will not be prepared to gas them tomorrow." Again, he alludes to the notion that the Syrian government might use chemical weapons on its own people, clearly a sign that they are planning some sort of a false flag event. This is in order to create a casus belli of attack against Syria by NATO powers, in the same way that the WMDs were used in Iraq. There's also been some claims that NATO and Israel are afraid of the chemical weapons getting into the wrong hands and hence must act in order to stop this from happening. Again, an excuse for intervention. This is also to cover up for the fact that they have given the insurgents chemical weapons in order to carry out this false flag event. The irony is, it was in fact an Israeli newspaper that reported that the Syrian insurgents were given chemical weapons by Libya only a month ago. And the mainstream media seems not too shy at all to discuss the fact that Libya is arming the Syrian insurgents, as well as being proud of bombings that the Syrian insurgents are conducting. The accusations forced the spokesman for the Syrian Foreign Ministry to come out and make a statement against them. While he didn't confirm or deny the existence of Syria's chemical weapons, because that's Syria's policy, he said if Syria did have them, they would never be used against the Syrian population and only as a deterrent for foreign attack, which is completely within Syria's rights, especially since Israel, who is just across the border, has its own nuclear weapons stockpile. We all remember the lies that were sold about Iraq's WMDs, which were never found, even though Bush looked under a table for them, in order to send US troops to Iraq to kill over 1 million Iraqis. And in fact, the same narrative was used against Libya more recently. In reality, NATO powers gave chemical weapons to the Libyan insurgents of the Zintan tribe, which were then subsequently used against the pro-Gaddafi Mashashia tribe. I truly hope that making this information available will actually prevent the false flag from happening, as I do believe that we're coming closer and closer to seeing this event actually unfold. Thank you very much.